But JC Lipon can make you want to skate through a wall too. He's gone through a few of his own.
Oh yeah.
And just before we bring him on, Regina product, played with the Pac Canadians, played in the Dub. 4 seasons, parts of 4 seasons with the Kamloops Blazers, a third-round pick of the Winnipeg Jets in the 2013 NHL entry draft. He's been with the Manitoba Moose, played 9 games with the big club back in 2015-16. And JC, I got to show you, I got my JC Lipon bobblehead here that my friends in Winnipeg knew I was such a fan of yours that they went down to the Moose and got it and shipped it to me a year or 2 ago. So we got that out. It's here to stay. Whoops, now it's broken. Damn. How you doing, JC?
I'm doing all right. Just actually moving today back to Regina. It's just the end of the month now. We stayed in our place here, and we're just moving back.
Actually, I was wondering if you were back already, by the way. So I was talking about the American Hockey League off the start of the show. They still haven't canceled the season yet. I'm stunned that they haven't. What do you know about the conclusion of the 2019-20 American Hockey League season?
Yeah, we're just kind of, our trainers will send us text every week just to get an update, but everyone's still, you kind of just work out day to day and try and stay as healthy as you can and just wait for the call.
Well, it has been a long time, and I saw a report this morning that the Oilers have told their players to treat this shutdown now like it's the offseason, train like it's the summer. What are your workouts been like?
Just, doing, you get dumbbells and got a couple other things. It'll be better once I get home. Ordered some stuff for my garage, and because everyone's making home gyms now because you never know when you'll be able to go back to a public gym. So that'll be exciting. But yeah, just little workouts to, keep me sane every day and something to do as well. So
I know. Well, these home gyms, I went down to Flamin Fitness. You would know it. I bought a stationary bike, and I'm now up to an hour every morning, and I absolutely love it. This is the worst thing for public gyms possible, but we will get back. We'll get back for sure. So please tell me, JC, what kind of season were the Moose having? Like, again, I go to the Oilers thing. The Oilers fans are saying, we can't cancel the season. We're having a great season. What are the Moose players thinking?
Well, at the end of the day, no matter if you're winning or losing, you love playing the game, and it's your job. And, obviously you're playing for your team and to win, but also for, you're always playing to work the next year. So anytime a season ends, there's probably, you set goals, and with 20 games left, people come shy of those goals. So it's not as satisfying, but what can you do? The whole world's going through it. So.
What kind of season were you having, JC, by the way? I mentioned that game that I saw a couple of years ago, you against the Stockton Heat, and you were the best player on the ice. I think most nights you are with the Manitoba Moose. 31 points this year, 13 goals in 61 games. Another solid JC kind of year. Are you happy with the way it's gone?
Yeah, I try and, everyone kind of has a baseline of where they want to be. And, I'm happy with ending it the way I did for sure. But yeah, you just want to, there was still 20 games left where, I had 30 points, which is kind of, my average. So it could have been a better year, but, there's nothing you can do. I definitely miss being out there, and just, it's weird. It's probably the longest time I've ever not been on skates.
Well, actually, now look at this, JC. You're 7 points away from a career high. So you must be thinking about that.
Yeah, and there was around 14 games left. So if you split that, and we were playing pretty good at the time. So yeah, it's too bad.
Well, good for you. It sounds like you've dealt with it mentally, but I was talking with your dad, Razor, by the way. Are you Jason Jr.? You must be. Is that why you go by JC? Yeah, what did JC stand for?
No, that's my real name. Yeah, JC's my real name. No dots. We were actually talking about that the other day. I wish I had a clicker for how many times I've been asked that. But no, it's my real name. My parents I guess, just decided that was the right thing to do, and named my brother Mitchell. So I don't know. It's kind of.
I know. You know what? There are worse initials to have than JC. I'm going to tell you that. So, anyways, and his dad, Razor. I played hockey against him for years, and I absolutely hated him because he just had the dangles. I could not stop Razor for $1 million. I couldn't stop him ever. He's so skilled. That's where JC gets it from. But he was. I know. Oh yeah, he wasn't. He was a terrible skater. He just had good hand. But anyways, JC, he told me that you had offers from several other teams when your last contract was up. I'm not going to say what teams they were. What made you want to sign back with Winnipeg?
I guess, well, I'll kind of explain, like, you go through your entry level, which is the 3-year deal. So you're locked up. You're set for a couple of years, and you just play. You got to play as hard as you can, and then hopefully you get qualified. And you're basically, if the team that drafted you wants to have you until you're about, I think it's 25 or a certain amount of games. There's so much stuff to know, but basically, yeah, last year is the first year I was a UFA, and they offered me earlier in the summer, and actually last year I didn't have my best year, so everything was kind of right about it. And as much as I maybe wanted to go somewhere else and try something new, it's hard not to come back here when you got everything figured out, and guys come in and you could be not a good guy, but people still want to be your friend, and because you kind of know the ropes. And we got the best facility here in Winnipeg for the minors for sure as well, at the Iceplex, attached with the Jets. It's a pretty good place, and my girlfriend's also from here, and she's just finishing up school as well. So.
Well, no, so I totally get it. And by the way, Robin in Prince Albert's watching. He says the AHL has a Board of Governors meeting this week. It's likely they will cancel the season, according to reports. And that's what I looked up this morning, Robin. You're right. And that's probably why JC's coming home. Just a couple last questions because we only have a minute left. But how does your mom and or girlfriend feel that you haven't filled that tooth in yet?
Well, I try and wear it to most special occasions. But yeah, when I'm around the house, and I'm not wearing it much, especially during hockey season, but I try and wear it often. But, I don't eat with it, and I eat a lot. So I don't know.
Tough to eat a steak with a fake tooth in there.
I would try and wear a T-shirt with a pocket. You can just kind of slip it in there while you eat and then pull it out.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And lastly, Jason, Clark's got a question for you. We'll get to that in a second. But I mean, Henderson's coming in with the Silver Knights next year, assuming that there is a season. And, I've been looking at all the teams and the locations in the American Hockey League. What do you like best about the A? The apple, as some call it. What do you like? You spend a lot of time in it. What do you like the best?
I just the guys are, the guys are really well, but the best, as far as city wise, and they've really changed it since I started. There's nothing I have against New York or whatnot, but they had lots of, teams in more that were just close and in kind of weird cities that weren't the nice ones of states. And then they moved that California division out there, and now they got a team in Colorado and now Henderson. So those are some pretty good travel spots when you get on the road. So it's fun. I have my favorite city to probably visit is Austin, Texas, though, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And San Antonio has a team, of course. They're moving to Henderson, but there's some great cities. From producer Clark, before we let you go, he says, JC has a great story coming from a hard-working role player to making the World Junior team. What was it like suiting up for Team Canada that year?
So the year before that, that was kind of my, I guess, come out year where I started putting up some points, and I got an invite to, Colorado camp, but that was the year the NHL lockout actually happened. So went back and played junior, but also had in my mind, maybe I'll never get to go to a NHL camp, because of the lockout. But I ended up having good few months to start the year, and got invited to the World Junior Camp, which was never really, it was a pipe dream of mine. So went to camp, and you're around all these guys through the Canada, because there's previous Canada teams and whatnot. But it was really different because all these guys are signed and first round picks, and I kind of just went in, but they kind of just knew me as the guy I was leading the league at that point. So everyone kind of had questions for me, but like it was a little tough for me to, because it was hockey, and I'm into a lot of other things too, being from Saskatchewan, and it was very cool. I ended up making the team, and that was just a really crazy experience with all the media that covered it. I can't even tell you how many interviews I did that year. So it was cool.
Last one. What's that hat you got on? Is that anything special, or is that a brand you're repping, or just one you threw on today?
Actually, if you remember the name Jesse Pedersen, he used to play for the Moose Jaw Warriors.
Moose Jaw Warriors, absolutely. I could never say his name right. Yep.
Yeah, so he's from here, and he has this company, and lots of most of the hockey boys wear it around here actually too. It's just simple, and some hats. Yeah.
Well, our staff all wears hats. What do you think, Clark? Should JC bring some home? Yeah. Can you put the camera on Jordan? Jordan, can you put the camera on Clark, our producer? There you go. There's Clark. He's got his White Sox hat on and his Pats pullover there. So there you go. If you can bring some back, the boys will all wear them, JC. And listen, we do got a roll. Sorry it was late getting you on, but we'll see you when you get home.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too. Stay safe. JC Lipon joining us from Winnipeg. That is a hockey player.
Yeah, it is. He's got my tooth in my shirt pocket.
You look up hockey player in the dictionary, and JC's picture's beside it.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.